Every YouTube video you watch started as nothing, just one tiny idea, not a script, not a thumbnail, just one thought. Today, I thought I'd do something a little different. I want to show you how I make an entire video, from the very first idea all the way to hitting publish. Every step, every decision, even the mistakes. Because when I started YouTube at 55, this is exactly the video I wish someone had made for me. Back then, I thought creators somehow just knew what they were doing. I thought they woke up with amazing ideas. They recorded one take, made a beautiful thumbnail, uploaded it, and somehow YouTube just worked. Now I know better. A YouTube video isn't one big task. It's a bunch of small steps. And once you understand those steps, it becomes a whole lot less intimidating. So come spend the day with me. Let's make a YouTube video. One of the questions people ask me the most is, Kathy, where do you get your video ideas? The truth is, ideas are everywhere. I just trained myself to notice them. One thing that completely changed the way that I think about YouTube was realizing that I don't have to stay inside my own niche. Sometimes I'll watch someone who's restoring old furniture, or someone talking about business or filmmaking, not because I want to make their video or because I want to copy them. I'm looking for lessons. I'm looking for ideas that my audience might never see otherwise. Maybe someone explains why people quit too soon. Maybe someone tells a story about perseverance. Maybe they explain creativity in a way that suddenly makes something click. Then I stop and ask myself one question. Would this help someone over 50 who's trying to start YouTube? If the answer is yes, I don't copy the video. I translate the lesson into my experiences, my stories, my audience, my voice. That's a really important difference. The idea might come from another niche, but the story has to come from me. I don't collect videos, I collect lessons. And those lessons eventually become something completely different. Sometimes they become one sentence in a script. Sometimes they become an entire video. Once I think I have an idea worth exploring, I write it down immediately because I've learned something about ideas. If you trust yourself to remember them later, you probably won't. I have notebooks, notes on my phone, random scraps of paper. Wherever an idea lands, I save it because one tiny idea today might become the video that helps thousands of people later. Once I have an idea that I think is worth exploring, I don't sit down and immediately start writing the script. Instead, I start asking questions. What's the real problem this video is solving? Who is this for? If someone clicked on this video, what are they hoping I'll help them with? Because I've learned that people don't watch YouTube videos because they want information. They watch because they want to solve a problem. Maybe they're overwhelmed or confused. Maybe they're discouraged. Maybe they're afraid to start. If I don't know exactly who I'm helping, the video usually ends up trying to help everyone. And when you try to help everyone, you usually end up helping no one. So before I write a single sentence, I remind myself of something you've probably heard me say before. I'm talking to one person, not the internet, not thousands of subscribers. Just one person. Usually someone who's sitting exactly where I was not that long ago. Someone who's thinking, I want to do this, but I don't know where to begin. Once I know who I'm talking to, that's when I open ChatGPT. Now, I know AI makes some people nervous. When I first started using it, I honestly wasn't sure what to think either. But over time, I stopped thinking of it as something that writes my videos. Instead, I think of it as something that I can brainstorm with. I don't ask it to tell me what I think. I already know what I think. I ask it to help me organize what I already know. Sometimes I'll ask, how could I explain this more simply? Or what questions would a beginner have here? Or is there a better order for these ideas? Sometimes it gives me something really useful and sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. Because I'm still the one making the decisions. The stories are mine. The experiences are mine. The opinions are mine. AI doesn't replace my voice. It helps me find it a little faster. One thing I think is really important, especially if you're new, is understanding that AI isn't a shortcut. It's a tool, just like a camera is a tool or a microphone. The tool doesn't make the video. You do. Once I've talked through the idea and I feel like it's starting to take shape, I create a simple outline. Nothing fancy. Usually it's just a list of the main points that I want to cover. I ask myself, if someone remembers only 3 things from this video, what do I want those 3 things to be? Everything else supports those ideas. That keeps me from wandering too far off track, and believe me, without an outline, I can wander. Once I know the main points, that's when I finally start writing. Writing has probably changed more than anything else since I started YouTube. When I first began, I thought I needed to sound smart, or I thought I needed to sound like a teacher or an expert. But somewhere along the way, I realized people don't subscribe because I sound impressive. They subscribe because I sound like me. Now when I write, I imagine one person sitting across the table from me with a cup of coffee. That's who I'm talking to. Not a camera, not an audience, just one person. If a sentence sounds like something I would never actually say, I rewrite it. If I trip over it while I'm reading it, I rewrite it. If it feels too formal, I rewrite it. Because conversational is almost always better than perfect. One trick that has helped me a lot is reading my script out loud. The second I hear myself saying it, I know if it sounds natural. Your ears catch things that your eyes don't. Sometimes I'll delete an entire paragraph because I realize I was explaining something 3 different ways. Simple is almost always stronger. Once the script feels like me, I move on to something that used to scare me almost as much as being on camera, the thumbnail. I used to think thumbnails were just pictures. Now I know they're promises. A thumbnail should make someone curious enough to click. Not because it's misleading, but because it clearly says there's something here worth your time. Most of the time, I'll come up with several ideas before I settle on one. Sometimes I'll ask ChatGPT to help me brainstorm. Sometimes I'll open Canva and just start experimenting. Sometimes my first idea ends up being the best one, and sometimes my 10th idea is the winner. I've also learned that the thumbnail and title work together. The thumbnail shouldn't repeat the title. They should work as a team. One creates curiosity, the other explains a promise. I spend a lot more time on thumbnails now than I used to, because I've learned something important. The best video in the world can help someone if they never click on it. After the thumbnail is finished, it's finally time to record. I'll be honest, this used to be my least favorite part. I'd worry about saying the wrong thing. I'd start over every time I made a mistake. I'd lose my train of thought and get frustrated with myself. Now I don't expect perfection anymore. I expect progress. That's a much better expectation. I use a teleprompter because it helps me stay focused, not because I want to read every word perfectly. In fact, some of my favorite moments are the ones that weren't planned, like the moments where I remember another story. The teleprompter gives me direction. It doesn't take away my personality. And if I mess up, I stop, take a breath, and start that sentence again. And that's normal. Every creator does it. The finished video might look effortless, but trust me, it isn't. Once everything is recorded, I sit down to edit. Editing used to feel overwhelming. Now it feels more like solving a puzzle. I'm asking myself, what can I remove that doesn't help the viewer? Because every extra sentence, every unnecessary pause, every repeated idea asks the viewer to spend a little more of their time. And I respect their time. That's why I edit. Not to make myself look perfect, to make the experience better for the person watching. When the edit is finished, I watch the entire video one more time. Usually I'll notice one sentence I want to change, or a cut that feels too slow, or one moment that could be stronger. Then comes the part that used to make me the most nervous. I add the title, the description, the thumbnail. I double check everything. And then there's one little button, publish. It's funny, when I first started YouTube, I thought publish was the finish line. Now I know it's the starting line, because that's when people finally get to meet your idea. Some videos take off right away, some don't. Some may surprise you, some humble you. I've had videos I thought would do amazing and they barely moved. I've had videos I almost didn't make become some of the biggest ones on my channel. You really don't know. And that's okay, because success isn't making one perfect video. Success is making another one, and another one, and another one after that. Every video teaches you something. Every thumbnail teaches you something. Every script teaches you something. Every upload teaches you something. That's why I don't get discouraged by the videos that don't perform the way that I hoped they would. They're still teaching me. They're still moving me forward. If you've watched this whole process today, I hope one thing stands out. There isn't one magical step. There isn't one secret tool. There isn't one perfect prompt. There are just a lot of small steps. One idea, one outline, one script, one thumbnail, one edit. That's it. That's how every YouTube video I've ever made has been created. And honestly, that's how almost everything worthwhile gets built. One small step at a time. If you're waiting until you feel ready, I hope this video changes your mind, because I wasn't ready. I wasn't techie. I wasn't confident. I didn't know what I was doing. I simply decided to make one video, then another. And little by little, those videos changed me, not just my channel, me. So if you've been waiting for permission to start, consider this your permission. Start with one idea, help one person, upload one video, and then do it again. Because one day you'll look back and realize you didn't just build a YouTube channel. You built a version of yourself that didn't exist before you pressed record. I'm Kathy. Thanks for spending the day with me. Now, go make something. Just worked. Now I know better. A YouTube video isn't one big task.